This week, I'm amped about every episode. Let me say that. First of all, StoryTime with legendary Jerry. I am Jerry Clark. This is Jamie Page. And before I introduce this gentleman here, let me just say this. This dude right here was the original black rock star in Atlanta. Before LaFace Records blew up, it was this guy right here. The first guy in Atlanta with the clothing line, with the store. It was this guy right here. And in a lot of ways, and I'm going to ask him this once we get into it, I feel as though he's underrated when it comes to when people talk about Atlanta and the music scene and us having our thumbprint on the culture, which I talk about every week with all the guests that come on the show. But this gentleman right here, really, when we talk about Atlanta, he doesn't get enough props. And I'm saying all that to come back to introduce this guy. This is super producer, Grammy Award winning. I'm running out of adjectives to use to describe him. But this is Dallas motherfucking Austin. Hey. And when I tell you all, and I'm going to use this word again, and this is no disrespect, but he's definitely underrated when it comes to not from a talent standpoint, but when I hear people talk about Atlanta scene, of course you got to talk about the LA Reeds on the face, and people talk about JD and So Def, but not enough times do I hear them talk about what you've done, Dallas, for Atlanta and putting us clearly, bro, on the map, man, because we talking about early fucking 90s, Dallas. I mean, and it's interesting because I was talking to a couple people and I was like, yo, I got Dallas coming on the show. Jamie, they was like, word? You got Dallas Austin? I was like, I got Dallas Austin. I was like, and I, from over the years, I read all, these articles and people talk about Atlanta, the A. And you, my brother, you were the one that you contribute. Like I say, LaFace, I give LA Reid and what they did, yep. But before they blew,
they came because we was already doing
it. It was you, man.
Yeah, man.
It was you. So I mean, back to the underrated part. How do you feel about that to not be mentioned? I know you get your props. I mean, but at the same time, you don't as much as I feel, and a lot of people out there feel. You don't get the props as far as putting Atlanta on, dog.
Because I was always pretty chill and quiet and stayed to myself. Because when we were doing it, man, it was like you had two options at that point. And Quincy Jones told me a long time ago, said, man, you don't want to be the cars, you want to be the factory. And so I always kept that in mind, and always kept in mind what my real mission wasn't to really entertain people as much as it was to make a difference and stuff, and try to make it where I had my music being heard. But more so it was I was always concerned with us having our own thing and our own destination and our own place in Atlanta, because when you live here and when you're trying to make I was just coming out of high school then, so it was trying to make records and then going to the skating rink, and me and T-Boss hanging out at the skating rink and Divine and all of us being there, and Organized being on the other side of the skating rink with their stuff set up in the skating rink as a studio and
all that fucking talent.
And we kind of just it's almost like that thing where you don't know you're building something to be that way. You know, you just know that's what I was telling somebody earlier, I was like, yo, we would go to Lennox and just dress the kids up and take pictures on the tractors at the Georgia Dome and then make the records, and then you got Aisha. And then Joe Busby would be like, man, you guys know, you guys can learn everything we know, but we can't learn how to do what you guys know. Because we didn't realize that we were doing everything, none of us did. And I think that was just for me, I was I didn't want the attention of that was coming to me at the time of it, because it was just, to me it was in the way of what I was really trying to do. And so even when I started to go places and stuff like that, I started to love it. And plus in school, man, I was just shy. I didn't want no attention at all. I just wanted to play my keyboard, leave me alone. I don't want no attention from none of y'all,
But Dallas, you was a motherfucker. You the first nigga I done seen. You was a motherfucking rock star. Jamie, when I tell you, first time I met Madonna, through this motherfucker right here. First time I met all the big folks. I mean, the non-urban in the non-urban world was through this guy.
I was bringing so many different people in.
Well, and it's true because you made it all right to have a different style. You know, as a community, we always try to follow certain trends like dressing or style or whatever, and you had a different air about you that wasn't necessarily like hip hop. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
You did shit for everybody.
Yeah. But you brought that flair. You know, like.
I was telling them when I was coming up in Atlanta in like the late '80s, we were like when I was in like living in College Park and you know, to us, first thing you wanted to be was Raheem the Dream.
See, folks watching that, it ain't from the 80s, or even in the South, might not know Raheem, but Raheem was that dude.
Was the first shit I heard that made me be like, what the hell is this? Because if it was in the skating rink, then to us, that's where the underground existed at. That's what Kilo was, that's what Raheem the Dream was. That's what like
Edward
J. There was like, you know, the now only all the stuff from out of Miami was crossing here, and so, you know, the Dope Boys had Blazers, and we had like, you know, we had the Jettas.
That's
the
Jettas,
right half-colored Jettas.
The two-tone rabbits.
And shit.
Wow.
And so like for us, it was all combined in this culture we just kind of seeing every day, and then going to the skating rinks and listening. We thought that Raheem the Dream and Kilo just made
was huge.
So like, and then of course you had Cameo and People Bryson, and like the SOS band that was going on here. But like for us, you know, it was more about local bands and stuff and playing like the San Susie and shit, and like Mr. V's Figure 8 and shit like that. You'd be like,
you real A-Town now. Boy.
Yeah, I was like, because I was so young and I didn't want to go to school, so I'd be working lights for bands and shit that was at San Susie and like Princess of Starbreeze and like, and you know, that's how I really got my start off. Was working with them and Joyce Irby, and she had all of it. She had myself, she had Speech, Arrested Development.
Mm-hmm.
Even before LaFace came down here, Joyce was down here first because she came out of Climax. And all of them was at Solar with Dick Griffey in LA. And when they all got ran out of LA, basically, for whatever was going on, they came here. But she was here first. So they kind of came following the trail of where she had went. And she had already found me. She had already found, like, and I already did her record with Dougie Fresh. And Speech was working on the rest
you
of the
was right. This was right out of high school, bro.
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm
still in high school.
Yeah, basically supposed to be.
but to piggyback on what Jamie just said, as far as your music, you work with, bro, like I just mentioned Madonna a minute ago, Michael Jackson, Smashing Pumpkins. I mean, bro, you're not just in, bro.
It made it difficult.
You're not just in one lane, Dallas.
Wait.
And I ain't just talking about Jamie, not just regular records. I'm talking about.
Can you please tell us, man, that you did a record with Hard Boys?
Did you do a
Hard Boys album? I didn't know. Okay, see.
I had the Hard Boys sound.
I've been in
I should have
been. All right, shit, Jamie, my fault.
And saw records for Austin and Entertainment. And I did
and I didn't know that, and I'm ATL out.
I did the Hard Boys first. I did the Hard Boys before Outkast came out. Hard Boys, Royal C and them was actually considered the first, you know, kind of like street hip hop.
Yeah, I remember the Hard Boys. I just didn't know that you did.
And then JoJo and Dave and all them came. That's how
the street dudes. I knew all that. I knew the story.
I helped them set up Hard Boys because I met them and you know. That's what we was doing, even at the playground, the ABC records. They'll take JoJo. He's
now, was that your, and this perfect segue, ABC was your first mainstream hit that you produced?
First one was Mr. DJ for Dougie Fresh and Joyce Irby. That's my first #2 record.
Your first #1 record was ABC?
ABC was the first one that really hit like with impact to be like, okay.
At the playground. You just said, I heard you mention Aisha a minute ago.
Aisha, yeah, man.
You talk about at the playground. And this,
what was that feeling like? Like, you know, knowing you've had this passion for music all this time, and then it's like all of a sudden you're hearing this on the radio, it's #1. It's like, what was that initial feeling like?
It was crazy because for us, the records didn't resonate like Atlanta records, like the records we were listening to. Mm-hmm. So we could hear Atlanta records that was being made, but to me, I always wanted to be, when we were doing ABC, you know, Michael Bivins came to me at one point and said, I want to make him a little audition. And I said, well, what are we going to do that for? We should make him a little Baby D, you know? And it'll be more exciting, because at first they had little drop crouch pants on. I was like, no. They need to be a little graffiti. And so we kind of created the whole image about, you know, they had the boys doing like Down My Heart and stuff. Yeah. So it was like, either you're going to follow or you're going to go the opposite of it, right? And so we found these kids, and the youngest one's little Dave, he's 5 years old. And that was ridiculous now that I think about it. Like, this kid was 5. And he just something just dancing, going off, you know. And the kids used to be so terrified because they blew up before Boyz II Men.
Yeah.
And ABC was
they were huge.
Yeah.
And we would go to Lenox Mall with the kids, and people would start chasing them through the mall, and they have to lock them in the stores, and the kids would just be crying because
man.
so they were just freaking out.
Yeah.
But you know, for us during that time, you know, like Another Bad Creation sounded like it was a mixture of Poison and everything else.
Sure
and
did.
like
Yeah.
Hank
Sure
Shockley and all this
Sure
stuff in
did.
New York. And a lot of my records I would take and say, man, I was so into Hank Shockley and them and Public Enemy that I would take all the samples first and make my records like them. That's like 20 samples a record, bro. Like Ain't Too Proud to Beg and Aisha. Oh, you got so many samples.
Man, Dallas, you still got some fucking hits, man.
That's so many.
Because
man,
you came off the heels of that, right into, was it Cooley High Harmony with Boyz II Men, which
Boyz
was
II Men was
boom.
after that, yeah. The whole, because I had Boyz II Men down here working on, when I was working on ABC, I had Boyz II Men down here doing the backgrounds, and it was training with Divine.
That was the first time, like I say, all the big artists, the first time I ever met them or was in their presence was at your studio, Darp, or somewhere, whether it was at Velvet on a Sunday night, eating the pizzas over at Velvet.
How did y'all meet? How did you guys meet?
Oh shit! Probably at Velvet, at Velvet on a Sunday night. Just through him having big records and me.
Yeah, a bit in the industry, and there things like Dave Gates would come around.
And Dave Gates is one of my closest friends.
They had the whole squad around here between the who would be the radio guys and who would be the promotion guys and who would be connected to this.
And cats like him with the hit records. So
we're coming in with the records, and
right.
yeah, it was just like he's a part of the fabric that helped build just as well as we are, because without the records getting delivered,
right.
the right place and shit. Somebody had to convince you it was good.
And you put it like that. That's a very interesting perspective. But you coming off hit after hit after hit, then you go like, all right. So who gave you that call? Because you in LA when you started Rowdy, which was your label. You coming off all these hit records, and I know how this industry goes. It's about, okay, this motherfucker got hot records. Let's give him a label.
Let's give him a label. I want a fucking label. That's the last thing I want.
You said I just want to be creative, man. I just want to make
I was
records.
busy at Masquerade. I was slam dancing and shit.
Like, slam
dance.
Remember the
you remember
that? You used to go to Plastics?
Yeah, I know this, man.
Damn, this was back in. Woo.
Because then alternative was alternative, and you had like Album 88, and you had like Michelle Shocked and REM and all that stuff that was really considered college radio at that point. Nobody had blew up yet. Mm-hmm. And so for us, it was like the alternative, and like, because my other alternative was College Park, my mom coming home with flour on her face from working at This Is It.
Yeah.
And just like mad at me because I got cables running across the room and niggas in the bathroom singing and rapping and shit. So I was just like, and the whole time I was so into Prince that's why I really like learned all my shit. I thought that one person did everything because I listened to Prince records.
Yeah.
And I sent my first demos off at 7 to Warner Brothers because I copied off the back of a Prince record.
At 7, nigga?
Yeah, my mom got the shit back and she was like, what are you doing? Like, she got a letter back from Warner Brothers. Said, we do not accept unsolicited material. She was just like,
little did she know that her son
made all this shit on Lil Casio.
But that's like a perfect story, it's like that. Like since I was a kid, I've been sending my music in, and then now look at you.
So with you playing everything, were you? Because growing up, before you came to the A, you from Columbus, Georgia, but were you playing? Because I know when I saw you work in the studio, like I would just be sitting back like, shit, this one, like I see you playing the keys, but
I came to the thing is when I was little, I asked my mom, I said, "Look, give me a calculator keyboard, service merchandise," and every year I keep
one of those Casio joints.
Yeah.
Damn, it said service. But yeah, when you press the button,
you went all the way back.
Yeah, damn.
The catalog, you circulate to the catalog.
Right.
So I'll be like, yo, every year I keep this one, give me a big one, and so. I started with this one, I got to the next one, got to the next size, because I couldn't really be with the bands in town if I didn't have a big enough keyboard yet. You had to have something. So I was in marching band, which is where the drumline story came from, and then at the same time, after school, I would go play in bands with people that was playing it would be 27, and I'm like,
self-taught, or were you?
Self-taught. I would come home every day and just draw myself, and I used to draw it on my notebooks, man. I used to draw the keyboards and stages, and keyboards, and then but. I was just so...
You were literally born to do this.
I was just so like something else lead me to... I don't know. Every day after school, I would go straight home and just be like... I would miss the bus and walk home for a couple of miles so I can stop by the music store and play keyboard, bro. I was just like...
How many instruments can you play?
Keyboards, drum. I started on guitar when I was little because my stepdad played for James Brown. Mm-hmm. So every morning I would get up and sit with him, and he would teach me to play with 2 fingers, like all his licks were like... So I would sit with him every morning. Dude, in 3rd grade, right? I was sitting with him.
Knowledge right here with this.
He was smoking a joint with me every morning, right? Like, I'm like in 3rd grade at the time, but I was cool.
Niggas, that was cool. That was cool.
Well, my mom, they owned a restaurant, and it was in the nightclub business in Columbus, Georgia. So everybody during segregation, if James Brown or Tina Turner, whoever came to town, they stayed at my mom's. They had to stay at my dad in place and then play at the party club they owned.
Oh wow.
So it's always been like equipment set up for the next day for me. Like when I was born in the '70s, then my mom and them had bands play, like you going in this blue shag carpet and the glitter fucking.
So you grew up in that house where you all that shit.
I grew up in. My dad was he basically ran Columbus, Georgia's segregated part. So anything that happened in the black part of town,
He had to come holler at you. They had to come check in.
So coming from there, and then after I finally got to my giant keyboard, worked my ass off for all these years. It cost $1,200. I mean, my mom had financed it for like 5 or 6 years.
Damn.
And I was just like so submerged in the plan, man. And my brother, who, thank God he did it, but he came upstairs one day, and I'll never forget this. I was playing Get It Up from the Time, and I was just learning all the parts and stuff. And he said, "Mom said clean your room up." I was like ignoring him. And I told him, I said, when I ignore people, when I play, I just tune people out, man. So I ain't been hearing you anyway, So he's on the Budweiser. I said, "Mom said clean the room up." And I didn't go clean. I was ignoring me. So he took my keyboard, picked it up, and threw it across the room.
No.
Right. Shit broke into pieces. I freaked out. I had a knife fetish when I was a kid because I was little, back to my brothers. So I ran down.
This was Claude. Rest in peace,
yeah.
Claude. Rest in peace, brother.
It was him and my other brothers, my older brother Plank, who's still here with me.
Yeah.
And he had financed the keyboard for me, so it was really just a mess. I ran downstairs to my mom's restaurant, got a big ass knife, ran back upstairs. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, you fucked my fucking keyboard." Yeah, I'm going crazy.
Stab.
So she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, "Oh, everybody's heartbroken. The whole house is, my dream is shattered."
Yeah.
So I leave there, walk around the street to the Greyhound bus station, and like I'm leaving, I'm going to Atlanta. And I'm 12, and my mom comes around. It's like 2 in the morning, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm leaving. My auntie class stayed in Atlanta. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm gonna be a big record producer." And then she's like, "What are you doing? It's 2:30 in the morning. Everything gonna be all right."
You 12 years old.
I was like, "Mom, no, everything gonna be all right. This dude just broke my keyboard. I'm not gonna do this."
That was your life.
That's my life. So then she said, "I'll tell you what, come back home, and if you feel that way tomorrow, I know you're stubborn, then we'll come back and do it tomorrow." So I go back home, get up in the morning, because I was asleep with that thing. I looked over, like my keyboard is all broke up. I said, "Nah, I'm going to get out of here." So I went back to the bus station. Now it's daytime. I got enough money to get to Atlanta and get my auntie.
This is awesome.
And my mother comes to the bus station because my mom owned the restaurant that was right here, and the bus station's literally around here. So she's coming back around and she says, like, "What are you serious? You really gonna leave me?" I was like, "My brother's in jail. My square was in jail all the time.
Yeah.
This dude done broke my keyboard. I'm going to Atlanta." And she said, "I'll tell you what. If I know you that serious, then give me 6 months.
And we
We
gonna
sell
go.
the restaurant. I'm going with you." And
And
that's what she did. And that's how I got to Atlanta. And she got a job working at Po Folks, first on Old National Highway. And she never had a job before because she's always been self-employed.
Yeah, with her own spot.
And so she ended up working there. And while she was doing that, I was in Charlestown on God, just going in, just trying to
Create.
create,
Wow.
Did it used to make you mad? You know how in black community niggas, anything that ain't the regular norm, "Oh, that nigga weird, he's a weird ass nigga." Because you play, you won just, how did that, I mean, anything that ain't, in our community, if it ain't just, "Oh, that motherfucker, I don't know what that weird ass nigga doing. He playing the key, he over there playing instruments." And you listen to your sound, we're going back, you worked across the board, Dallas. I mean, you had hot ass R&B shit, rap shit, alternative shit. You done it all, man.
I would just get to the point where, like, I feel like musically I never wanted to be held, because all the music I grew up on would be like, okay, here's George Clinton, and here's Parliament Funkadelic. And because my mom owned the restaurant, and right down the street from the restaurant is the auditorium in Columbus where everybody played.
Everybody, yeah.
Right? So they would stop here and eat. Everybody would. Lionel Richie, George Clinton. I seen all these dudes when I was little. I used to be running around looking at them just in my mom's restaurant and going to their concerts every night. I done seen the Mothership Land. I done seen the Earth and Fire spinning around.
Little did you know
And
that you would be working with someone.
little I know, and that's what I always say. One of my like best things is one of my most like if I can say my unbelievable moments. I have so many of them because I've seen all these people before. I wanted
First
to
time
work
I
with
met,
them
not
all
because the
before.
first time I met George Clinton, and you saying that you used to go watch him, and the first time I met George Clinton was with
I
Dallas.
couldn't believe it, man. I used to tell my mom when I was little, "Mom, take me to Atlanta because Parliament Funkadelic." I had to be 7 then. Take me to Atlanta, man. The ship was gonna come in. They're gonna open up the
You knew all that.
the mothership's gonna land. My mom's like, I'm telling you that I don't think that's gonna happen, baby. I'm saying, but look at the commercials. I'm telling you, the mothership is coming.
The mothership, and we gotta be
It's
there.
landing. We gotta be there. So she's like, well, okay, because it used to be like the Omni in Atlanta. I said, all right, I ain't gonna make it up to Atlanta. So we came to Columbus. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to see the mothership land.
And then
I went
fast
to the
forward
show.
all that.
That's my closest friends.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking about George today because when I first started when I first started getting all, the first money I made, the first $1 million I had,
Yeah.
I made my
Was the
studio.
first $1 million? Was it off ABC?
ABC, Boyz II Men, about TLC.
Back then.
All of them went together.
Back to back.
Back
Man,
to back. And all the records, back then I didn't really know how to do a song on people. I had to finish painting the picture. So like, I had to do 5 songs or an album. And then you'll get what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So when I would go do projects like ABC or Boyz II Men, I would just think them through like projects. And it's kind of like, what's missing? Who are they? Who aren't they? I was doing this early, kind of like, they telling Michael Bivins, they ain't cool, just let them not be cool. They ain't gonna be cool. So they know it's a lot of them niggas at my house.
Yup.
It's just like Boyz II Men,
Yup.
let's just keep them there.
Dressed just like that with the
So
khakis
we always
on.
thought of it like that because in Atlanta, when you go to school, in high school, that's how it was. We didn't wear polos, we came as the polo man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, right. Yeah.
we got fucking riding boots on, your
Everything.
stuck down in there, you got the whip,
The polo
Like,
rivals, all that
you
shit.
down your tree toys, you doing like, so it's always
man.
been like something that matched the shit.
Damn,
Oh,
that's
she
some
turned
ATL
that-
shit right
right.
there, boy.
We took that shit right into music. It
That's
was like,
awesome.
it all went together, like how you dress and how you do the music and stuff. Inside, out, backwards, all that shit we was doing around
So
here.
you just wanted to stay creative. You didn't when LA was it LA and Clive Davis because Rowdy your first endeavor where it was just when they wanted you to have a label.
They tricked me.
Huh?
They fucking tricked
They
me.
tricked
They
you.
said, look, we got this creative
Man
dude
said,
making all these hit records.
We gotta
They
get him
like,
in.
Dallas, come on, man, here go a label.
Clive did a thesis at his thing in Harvard. The Aristocrats was his
Yeah.
Harvard group, right? He did a thesis where he said, okay, the new model is you empower the producers in the black community, and they're gonna bring you all the other producers, all right? You can set up yourself then because you have all the creativity taken care of, and if your label set up then as a hub to deliver it, then that's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
So started with
when it
Face,
was yes.
right? Then at one point it was nobody on Arista with Kenny G and Whitney. Everybody else was Bad Boy, Rowdy,
It
The
sure
Face,
was. Yeah, sure was. All the
other labels.
production
And
companies.
what we would do is go up to Clive and present our stuff. Boom, here's Monica.
And it still
this is
comes
what she
to-
is.
right.
This is what she is. We say that to the staff. They'll get it. Then they go execute it. But half the work was done from the producers down here, seeing it and making the vision of it. And Clive was right and saying, hey, when you get it with the producer, they're gonna make it come alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're also gonna bring you the rest of them. So by the time
And
LA
that's
came
exactly
to me,
that's exactly.
I was
what-
going, no, I don't want a label. He's like, okay. Then he come back again. Clive really wants to meet with you. I meet with Clive, and he goes, oh, Dallas, come on. I'll never forget this. He says, you think I'm not cool. I signed Sly Stone. You think I just signed Whitney Houston. I've been Rod Stewart. I'm cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool, man, but what am I going to do with a record label right now? Like, he's like, sign your friends that you want to sign.
Ain't that some shit? He's
Anything you fucking want to do, just sign, just come in here. So originally
with an
then,
open
so-
checkbook. What was it of?
What was it then? So
Yeah.
LA comes to me one day. He goes, "Look, I got an idea. Why don't you just do a label that's a division of the Face, and it'll be the street part of it. That way, the skateboard kids you're hanging out with,
Right.
and the Y'all So Stupids and all this stuff
Oh.
you're doing, and the Far Sides and all that kind of.
Highland, because
it's
Highland
good.
Place was
Highland
already
Place,
Highland
yeah.
Place mobsters.
So I was like, all right, well, that's a good idea, I had an office in the Face for about a week.
That was, and
that shit
One
turned
week.
into 23 staff members in New York City the next week.
damn.
Yeah, man.
And that was the start of Rowdy Records.
The start of Rowdy Records. And, so
And who was the first artist? Was it Monica?
No, man. When
Oh no, I
Rowdy,
forgot. What we
it
just
was,
said.
It was
You had
Y'all So Stupid,
Y'all So
The King and
Stupid.
I.
Damn, I forgot about the kid, the blonde mohawk.
Then I had Mother Tongue. I got rock bands and shit. So, because the deal I made with him was, okay,
You
I'm
want to
not
just
signing
bring
no
urban
mainstream
shit.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
you want to bring shit that you fuck with,
Right.
whether it's alternative, whether it's hip, whatever it is.
And back then, we're 20, we running around like really in masquerading in alternative and then skateboard. And that's when, all the big baggy clothes and skateboards came out of Atlanta too because
Yeah.
Andy Howell and all
That
those
was
kids
early
was here.
'90s.
Yeah. And so we had that whole movement going. I didn't have time for that shit. So I ended up with a label. And then I'll never forget, now that my label is done in New York, I show up in my limousine with my Scully on. I get out the car, get up to my label, walk in, it's receptionist, office
All
is
that. You
set,
like, damn, this is my
everything is
shit.
on. I go straight back to the office and shut the door, and I'm like, turn on some music. I lift the window up and just start smoking because I was so nervous from being from down here.
Yeah.
You know, being from Atlanta, like, what the fuck am I doing in New York? It's too much energy, too much, everybody just, so I would go to my office and just shut the door, and about a week later, I did the same thing, and then somebody knocked on my door. She said, excuse me, can I come in a second? She says, yeah, my name is Kim Lumpkin. I work for you. And I said, okay. And she goes, you might want to have a staff meeting. She said, have you met everybody here?
So they just threw you into the...
They threw you into the fire.
Because you were be making hits, they just automatically say he didn't create all
Yeah.
this.
She's like, you might want to have a staff meeting and then meet everybody. You have a whole full staff. And I was like, okay. She said, do you like anybody here? Because you have everybody on pins and needles because they think you don't like anybody. You the boss.
You just didn't want to be bothered.
I just
You
didn't want
didn't, you didn't know nobody.
No, so I went out and then she's like, hey, this is John. He's in alternative music. And I'm like, I got an alternative department? No, you like that? Yeah, shit. This is radio. This is Rocky. You actually run the label. You can, you're the chairman. And so I was like, oh, shit. So I sat around my staff of 20, 30 people.
Yeah. You made just like that with your hoodie on,
Whatever
whatever.
on and shit. I was still at Giant Steps and 555 Soul and shit. You know, we was still cypher rapping too.
Yeah.
So, but it was like a trip because for us there, I found myself going back and forth and trying to maintain this record label in New York City. And one day, I get the call that they say, hey, the group Outkast that you want to sign, LA signed to LaFace.
So
Oh.
so tell this story. So you wanted to sign them first.
Oh, yeah, that's the deal. Is Rowdy supposed to be the hip hop version of what LaFace couldn't sign? Who was gonna
Because
sign
LA
there,
didn't want to
because
sign
LaFace wasn't
Outkast.
supposed
They didn't want to.
They
Yeah.
didn't want to sign Outkast. And LaFace was supposed to be, okay, we're gonna stay bougie and black,
And we'll give you the street
and we
shit.
take the street shit and the rock shit or whatever. That's the deal. Cool. So I'm up here with a full-on staff in New York with trying to put out rap records and shit when I should be doing the ones from the South where I'm from.
Yeah.
And then you gonna sign Outkast to LaFace instead of here. So I was like, yo.
So how did you approach that with LA? Did you say, yo, bro?
Well, at the same time, I found out that I thought Rowdy was a partnership with me in LaFace, but it wasn't. It was a partnership with me in LA.
Right. It's a difference.
It's a difference.
There's a difference.
And all of us thought.
So when LA can remove himself from Rowdy and still have the face records.
So, but to Face wasn't a part of what Rowdy was. So, and LA's like, I didn't think he wanted to be. Kind of thing.
So it was pretty much every
so
man
pretty
for
much every
himself.
man for himself. And then I was like, okay. And I think him and Kenny started getting a little vibe on that. Kenny was like, really, it's not a division of LaFace, it's a division of Dallas and LA. So LA was like, there's too much with this man. Once you just take it, you can have it. And I'm like,
Damn.
all right, cool. But now I've been up in New York and fucking staffing over here for like 2-3 years or whatever. So I'm like, what am I gonna do at this point? So I went to Clive and said, look, I'm not interested in this no more, man. I was like, I just want to go back home and be in Atlanta. I'm tired of going
Is
back
that
and
when you
forth.
opened a Rowdy office here in Atlanta?
Yeah, because he was like, just take it to Atlanta.
Because were you selling any records? Like all those artists, I mean, the King and I
They
fucks
weren't,
with all
yeah.
of y'all,
But they
weren't selling
They
records.
weren't
Selling
selling records, like not like the records we were selling on other stuff, But that's the deal we made. It was like shit.
No matter what, you want to
You
sign
want
my
me to be in
partners.
here? Then I want to sign all the shit I'm fucking with, and who I'm around. And so,
But I know they was happy than a motherfucker when you went and got that damn moniker.
They was they was. When I moved here, they were like.
You got Monica after you
I got Monica
left in
when
New
I
York
left them in New
and
York
came.
and made it here. I said, okay, now I ain't got time for this shit. I got to do what I know to do best.
Yeah.
So let me find something else. And then Ryan Cameron had a show.
Mhm.
K Wells went to the show and came back and said, you got to see this little girl. And when he brought her to the studio to sing, everywhere she would go, poor Monica would have to sing The Greatest Love of All. And
you got to have a voice
and
to
she
cover
was-
anything
she was
Whitney Houston
singing
do.
so
You
And
got
that's all they
Yeah.
would make her sing.
You can't cover
Yeah.
a Whitney song unless you got that
she was
voice.
singing the song. She had a whole bunch of little greenbrier rings on, little greenbrier necklaces on, little tracksuit, hair all up. And then she sang the song. She was like, "Am I finished?" She was like,
It's just like Mo, a young Mo. I can only
And I was just
imagine.
looking
Mo
at her, I
got
was
so
like-
much
I was
sass.
like,
I love
I was
Monica.
like,
Shout out to Monica. I love
I'm
her.
like, I'm more tripping on the girl's attitude than her and just singing. Look at this little girl. She just sung the hell out of that song. Like, nah, can I get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
Like, I'm over it. And so I was like, all right. And at the time, we had, Brandy was out a little bit before with I Want to Be Down. And we knew they was coming out with her. But I looked at Monica and I was like, all this. She didn't like any dude without gold teeth. She didn't like nothing if the trunk wasn't rumbling. She didn't like. She was the epitome of ghetto.
Oh yeah, straight
but-
Atlanta ATL
Sassy.
hood shit.
But
Yeah.
sassy, but raised with the great
With the
great
great
family.
parents, with
Yeah.
in the church, all
In
that.
the
Monica's
church,
just solid.
Raised
She's solid.
solidly, the whole nine. And then she's in that same point. We started making a record. She started calling me dad, probably like after the first few months we met her.
No, you like damn.
And her mom comes up. She says, "I hope it doesn't bother you, but I'm glad she found somebody that she looks up to because
Yeah.
she looks at her father's. All this has been just bad for her. The way she that's where this attitude she got come from. So I was like, all right, I got her. I make sure she's straight. And I told her mom and make sure that she keeps her family and people around her. this whole time, because that's what always goes crazy and wrong, you know. So we
Yeah.
signed her, and then right behind it we did Illegal with League of Jamal.
Yeah.
And you know, Monica, we
But
started
you
moving
jumping
records.
ahead now. Monica once, because that first album, but I know it went at least platinum.
Yeah, they didn't want to put out Don't Take It Personal because they were like,
Damn, who didn't? Arista did.
another time. I
So
was
Clive
like,
Davis didn't get, as much as he loves Monica, he didn't get that first record.
Oh no, man! He said to me, he said, so I played it for him because they were so excited about her as an artist. But you know, he goes straight. No, he thinks Clive thinking straight to the big. And I'm thinking, well, we don't develop her who she is first. That song that we're gonna make that's so big is gonna get pulled from under her one day, and nobody's gonna even know who she is.
Right.
You know, so it's more important. I kept saying, no, they gotta know who she is. They gotta know who she is. So when I turned in Don't Take It Personal, I'm like, okay, cool. He goes, I need a bridge. I said, my man, it doesn't need a bridge. I was like, it's a 13-year-old girl singing Don't Take It Personal over the backseat of the Jeep by LL Cool J. It's simple, it's ignorant, it's young. It's not,
Right.
a bridge is too much for them to process. And they wanted to name her Monica Arnold. And I was like, no, her friends ain't calling her Monica Arnold. She's 13.
Just Monica.
Right? Still try to Whitney Houston her this fast.
Yeah.
You know, she has a whole life to do that. So when we did Don't Take It Personal first, they sat on it for a while. And I had been bouncing around like the George and Chicago and everybody was on board. And I had to perform it everywhere and stuff, and I couldn't get no traction from Arista.
Damn.
So I had to meet with them again. I said, let me ask you, what do you think about Don't Take It Personal? So, maybe top 20, top 30 record. I said, really? Cool. I said, that's where me and you differ. I'm out. I said, what do you mean, y'all? I'm leaving. I said, I
You
can't
told
be
Clive
here.
Davis
This is
you was
before
gone.
we put Don't Take It Personal out. I said, I'm out of here, man. I said, it's a different story if I got Fishbone or something. I said,
Yeah.
but with this is what I know how to do.
You told motherfucking Clive Davis, I'm gone. Deuces.
Out and deuced. And then they said, whoa, what do you mean? I'm not, I don't want to be here. I don't want to
y'all
have
don't
this
get it.
battle with y'all
Yeah.
for. Like, y'all not
I'm
done
trying to
making
tell
it.
y'all,
Y'all
yeah.
in the streets with everybody doing it, so no. So I called Joe Cass, I'm out. And then got a call 2 days later from Gene Riggin.
Yeah.
And Gene goes, Dallas, this record is a smash. This record's going through the roof.
And that sound like Gene too.
Testing this record is going so
That sound like Gene.
I was like, man, at first I said, tell Clive, I said, I'm not interested. Come back up again. She was like, no, this topic, I'm serious, Dallas, this is a record.
So they put that muscle behind the record, and the
They
next
put it
thing,
behind it, and then
and
he
just started.
started going. And
Did
then
Clive Davis ever come back to you and say, yo, you know what, Dallas? I missed that.
No, I know what he said. Then he was like, oh, wow, don't take it personal. It's huge. Let's go straight to Angel of Mine. I said, no, we're not doing that yet. I said, we're going to like this and like that first because we
Yeah.
need to still establish this girl.
Yeah.
They still need to
She's
know her
young.
attitude.
She's a
and
teenager.
She's
She's a young
and
teenager.
stuff, you know. A lot of her songs, the thing about Monica is a lot of her songs was so much mature when we did them that now she just caught up to them. So when you see her now singing Why I Love You So Much or Angel of Mine in concert and everybody's singing the lyrics, now it makes sense because she's old enough to
She
sing the
was
record.
wild.
Yeah.
She was a
When
baby
she's
then.
14 and
She was a
15
baby.
singing
But
on.
they're always rushing. I mean, I feel like that's what the industry does anyway with these young kids. They
Just
rush.
get it, throw it, see
Yeah.
if it stick, and
See
then
if it sticks.
and then they leave it.
Yeah.
If it stick to the wall, then all right, let's go. If not, oh, it's just all right, let's go.
Back then too, you gotta realize we were selling so many records that it was just, you know, we'll be more concerned if we're gonna sell 500,000 this week or 250,000
Yeah, that
first
was
week.
back.
Yeah.
It was
Wasn't no like you wasn't maxing at 250 at all. You was like, oh, we didn't
Yeah.
get 250 off the bat. You'd be like, we low.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
What, we didn't do that on first week.
Shit.
How
times
were you?
changed.
Yeah,
'Cause
come on, baby.
records,
Now ain't nobody. Yeah, how were you able to balance? I mean, like your discography from being in the studio working with whoever, whether it's Pink or whoever, to having your own label. I mean, I know you already said like I didn't want this fucking label, but how was that? Because you know all these folks, they want what you did for Boyz II Men.
That was my hardest thing to do because everybody would be like, even Clive would be like,
Give me one of those.
Give me another creep. Give me another this. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. Like, I can produce your act. But
Yeah,
I see everybody's different, so I wouldn't load the same sounds for this that I was doing for that. Or I wouldn't do this for that.
No, this is a
person,
copycat
this.
industry.
I just
Yeah.
like write
Oh
songs,
yeah.
so, like,
Yeah. Come
I
on.
feel like my job was to like to produce the artists that came and try to make them as vivid as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would make me start over every time because if I didn't give you the record that sounded like the record I did, then it's like. And so I got to the point where it was actually discouraging in a way.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's what. Yeah, I'm
'Cause-
sure.
So it's almost like they were blocking your creative.
Well, it would do it anyway
Yeah.
because I would just force it and then let it just happen on somebody and then it'll set me at another tone. Then it'll be like, oh shit, okay, he do this. Then, but all the time before, it was like, oh no, you just should focus on R&B. You should just focus. I'm like, well, why would I do that? I didn't grow up that way.
Right.
So why would I just do
Yeah.
that?
Because I know it. I'm sure it had to be with you doing a creep, and then you come to your label, and they're like, well, shit,
Yeah,
why one of your why you didn't get one of your artists creep?
Yeah. I'm like, well,
Why
that's
wouldn't you give a
not
Roddy
cool.
artist creep? You gave this to a LaFace sign artist. You gave this to TLC. Why you didn't get, I'm sure those conversations happen.
Yeah, well, the thing was too is that like when I first went in, I tried to sign Beck, right?
Shit.
And he had the song "Loser."
Yeah.
And Clyde was
So
like,
you trying to sign
"Nah,"
back before.
Wow.
because I had
Wow.
a deal with the same guys already. So these guys had already given me a rock band called Mother Chunka, and they was like, "Hey, why don't you take this other guy back?"
Hmm.
And Clyde was like, nah, but he liked the rock band, but he didn't like
He
Beck.
didn't want back.
Because Beck was too much of an amalgamation that he didn't understand yet.
That's
the rock band was a
crazy.
rock band, And the reason I left Arista was I went to, so me and him always have these kind of battles, about trying to find the right artist and the right this and the right that, and then, and then he's always trying to pacify me because it's like, we can't not have Dallas. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
We let him do whatever. Don't let him go nowhere. It's like we got Baby
Just-
Days,
yeah,
we got
exactly.
Dallas, we got Puff, so.
Clive had everybody.
He had all of us
Yeah.
there, so he didn't want nobody to really leave like that. It's
Right.
more important to him that you stay just there. Right? So I'm like, man, I had to be millions of dollars in debt at this point. And then he goes, this guy, Cree Summer, came and dropped a CD
That's
off for
the
us.
actress that was on
Living Color.
Yeah, no, Different World.
Different World.
Yeah.
Different World.
So he just came and dropped the CD off for me, and I heard it in Nashville, and I was like, oh, man, this is really cool, right? So then I got a meeting with Clive in LA, and I had actually now start talking to the girl, start talking to the manager, started talking back and forth about the music, started trying to help her out. I was like, okay, this is really interesting. I like this. So I set up a showcase for Clive to see her in LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the showcase was, she's over there with Lil Coy, and they're in that fairyland and shit. So when we go show up for the show, she had pillows on the floor for Clive.
Oh, shit. No Clive Davis. He's like, what the
He
fuck?
already right there. He was out.
He's like, hey,
It is in a garage somewhere in Glendale.
Yeah.
And he was just like pissed off.
He's like-
at first.
He's
He
like,
like,
It didn't
hell
go
no.
over well.
I'm
Let's just
sure
say
it
that.
did.
But so the next day though, I go into a meeting with Clive, and Joe from Hits Magazine was there.
Yeah.
Right. So I happened to show up just a little bit early in the bungalow. Right. This is all per chance. So I show up. I go, oh man, sorry, I'll be over here. So then Clive goes, oh, wait, Joe, you know Dallas, right? And he's like, yeah. Matter of fact, Dallas, did you see the article I wrote about you and Cree Summer? I said, what do you mean? He said, I wrote an article in Hits Magazine that said you and her was working on something just so you guys could meet, right? He said, I was hoping you would see it just so you could meet. And I said, are you serious?
Wow.
He goes, yeah. I said, well, that's funny because I just had Clive see her last night, right?
And what did Clive say?
So Clive goes, oh, yeah, but she's not a star. And then Joe goes, well, why? I think she's a star. And then he goes, well, she doesn't make all. She needs a producer to make on records. And then Joe goes, well, that's what Dallas is for.
Yeah.
Well, she's
The
not.
hottest producer in the
Then she
game.
goes, well, but he's not. She's not self-contained. It doesn't make her real. But so he's trapping this guy, and Clive is turning mad. It's not even me doing it. This guy's doing it. I'm just getting results of his reactions to what he's
You
saying.
just sitting back just watching all of it.
Right? And he's like, and so he ends up saying in a very like, you know what? You can't take white artists to black radio. This was back then. So that's what about Tracy Chapman?
Yeah.
Right.
Jasmine Archer. He said, well, that's what I'm saying. They're different because they're all contained different than she is. And I knew the point he was trying to make is basically he didn't think she was good enough, whatever. But that conversation ended up making me say, I'm in the wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
And before we all keep wasting money and beating our heads up
Let's
here,
just-
why don't, let's just call it quits. Let's call it even, and let's just do what we want to do. I feel trapped. You guys feel good about the stuff I'm doing, like on stuff with Monica. Let's keep Monica here.
Mm-hmm.
Give me my masters and give me my stuff. Let me go.
Let me go.
So was that meeting with Joel and
With Joel and
was that the
Clive
breaking
and-
point where Rowdy, you was like, you know what, y'all get, like you said, y'all
Yeah.
take Monica.
And I didn't get it.
Yeah.
For one, when I had the label in the first place, it wasn't time. I didn't want it, so it wasn't time for me to have it. Then.
Yeah.
I wanted it for all the reasons it was given to me. Here's some creative freedom. Here's a bunch of money to record artists. Here's a bunch
Right.
of money to have. Here's a bunch of money to do. Who don't want to do that? But did I want to sit down and deal with the business of the label at that
No.
point? Well, no. I don't want to be up doing that all the time.
At the
So-
Flyers office here in Atlanta though, that motherfucker was
Oh,
fly.
it's going down.
Shit, that office was hard. Boy, I remember the first time I was like, God, dog, this shit. And this was before people had.
Your budgets and stuff would be crazy. They'll
Oh,
be
the
like,
budgets
okay,
back
well,
then in the 90s.
you know,
man.
well, here,
Oh, yeah.
your office budget is about $750. Take this for that, and then here's your this for that. $1 million a year in overhead. That should do it. $850 a year. Hire your staff. Hire your this.
pay
hire
whoever,
that.
pay your homeboys.
So now, if
Look
you
at
was really set up like that in some capacity where you had all your stuff in
Right.
that room, you old enough to understand it, what you're doing,
yeah,
then you'd be a powerhouse at it. But for all of us, when we started doing it young, and it was a real growth point for Atlanta because we started to see that all that different music was starting to work.
yep.
Like I was doing Joy, before Outkast started turning kind of weird, and Joy and Us was already weird, and we were doing Fishbone with
We
Joy.
doing that shit way. And I had that
D'Angelo.
conversation with somebody. The music you were doing with Joy, and before that, Andre 3000, Outkast started turning to that sound.
Yeah, I mean, she turned Joy turned us along to a lot of shit because she was so
Bieber.
eccentric herself. The Bieber plays Joy was so eccentric,
You gotta go get that album.
she'd be like, we playing a song by LaBelle. I'm like, about who? It's like, she's like, the funk side of LaBelle, not Patti LaBelle. And like, she was just always, she'd come out on stage with the boas and the metal eyelashes and crawling out on the stage. And so we were doing all that.
She was definitely ahead of her time.
And you can see like Outkast and people like that were still looking at that movement and going, hey, we got the right around here to be
Who you want to be?
To be
But
who-
who
yeah.
you want to be?
You don't have to just be, nothing wrong
You have
with
to
it.
conform
Yeah.
to.
And then if you look at how Parliament and Funkadelic and like Curtis Mayfield, even in Isaac Hayes around Atlanta, if I look at what I thought the organized noise captured, if I can say, hey, I stirred
The
mine
live
together with some
instrumentation.
with some of this, and
Yeah.
with some Public Enemy and some other stuff, because I think the organized came along and it was the first time that you really heard when Outkast came over. The first, and this is the thing that was a trip is when I first heard Players Ball, it was for a Christmas record, it was the first Christmas album.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's
But
what it was, a Christmas record.
I'm sitting there when I first heard the song before they even shot the video and stuff. And I saw where LA was kind of going when he wanted Puff to come out and shoot it. We was hardcore Atlanta then. So I was mad,
Puff shot that. He directed that video,
yeah,
right?
but I was mad. They was mad because they didn't want nobody from New York.
No, New York nigga.
dude.
Like, why they go get a
Nigga
New York
doing
nigga?
our
We
video.
A-Town, nigga.
And it turned out a dope video, but Atlanta was just so Atlanta. We were so about ourselves, And I feel like once Outkast got a chance to be like, okay, that's cool, but now we're gonna really break into this. It's the first time like that people were able to hear stories about Atlanta that made you feel like you were there.
Exactly.
So they had that for
was
the West
some real
Coast.
ATL
and they
shit.
had that shit for like New York.
But we didn't have it
But
for
you didn't have it
ATL
for
in the
Atlanta.
South.
Everything here was the booty music.
Yeah.
But it
When
wasn't
nobody
like,
talking about flip flops and
when nobody
socks
talking
and
about the
furry
lights on
Kangol
Yeah.
and
on the 466.
yeah,
we turned off on the
exactly.
highway,
Yeah, folks weren't talking about that, so it was like an endearing thing. Like, oh shit, finally, there's some niggas talking.
Niggas talking about some
Yeah,
real shit
talking
from
about
down
some-
here.
yeah.
And like I feel like, and that was great for us because at the time when I've been around long enough to see, like, I always tell the story with Ciara used to be Monica's little brother's girlfriend when I signed Monica. So CC ain't do nothing but look at Monica all the time saying, no shit, I could be that too. Or I could be that.
So
That can
people
happen.
don't know that. Sierra, say it again.
Ciara, right, was Monica's little brother's girlfriend. A long time ago.
You got that, Jamie? Sierra,
Montez.
Right.
Monica's little brother's girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
So what you saying is she saw the
She was
whole,
able to see that works.
like a mentor type, like she looking at.
And then and then people around started putting in bands until CC was in the group. People like you start seeing little, pockets of people who start Ludacris and Poon was like doing the radio show, but then they was trying to figure their thing out. I was helping fund them doing like TV videos. I thought there was gonna be Ed Love and Dr. Dre from Atlanta.
Yeah, they were on that path.
You can see the Lil Jon being in promo. When I first skated with the skateboard kids I knew around here with Andy and Menelik and all that.
It was, let me tell you,
The
Atlanta
culture was just
scene,
crazy, man.
Atlanta scene, and that looking back on it, Dallas, I'm blessed to have said that I was able to see that and watch and see what you did musically and then culture-wise. Because I said it at the beginning, like to have a store, clothing store, and a clothing line. Come on, man, you was,
We
come
had
on,
the-
one nigga.
We had
Come on,
the
Dallas,
underground. We
we
had the
talking-
DJ
you had the
booth
store.
in the mic.
He had a store in underground Atlanta. I want all my listeners, viewers, he had a store in underground Atlanta. Back when underground was popping, not like it is now, but it was popping. He had the rowdy clothing, he had the DJ in there. I mean, way ahead of the time. It just,
man.
I think back on it, and that's why I'll say it again. Like I said at the beginning, Dallas really, I mean, as far as, we throw this culture word around a lot, especially when it deals with Atlanta. This guy right here, man, he was
The foundation.
yeah, man, he was selling it.
The foundation.
Come on, man, who was back in the 90s? They had no store, no clothing line. Wait, come on, man.
We was having a blast.
Yeah,
Man.
had
We
the
were
DJ in there.
Then we had a demo band in there, so you could come in the store and rap.
Yeah.
You know, you'll know that people like Busta would be in there, and people like Too Short.
That's
and
crazy.
So we used to have to lock the store because the line would be outside so long.
Yeah.
So we just locked the doors and then let people in a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
But they knew also it's just the thing of knowing that you possibly could be heard, man. One of the other things I do around here is I put the studios in the schools. And
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah, that's. I'm glad you said it. Talk about that, because when I found out you were doing that, that's when I said, okay, somebody that's from here, that's been here, they get it as far as really helping the next generation of putting studios in the high schools.
I mean,
And that's what you're doing. You were doing.
First
I
time
remember
I-
for years with your
yeah.
foundation.
the first time I did it, I took JD with me. And you know, me and JD, man, we go way.
Yeah.
We go back like.
I remember it was like a.
we were
Remember it was like a.
hospital.
Back in those early days, where it was like Dallas and JD. It was. I mean, it made it seem like it was
a rivalry.
Yeah.
It was.
Did y'all have like real beef at one point?
Yeah.
It was real beef.
Yeah,
Oh, see,
But no, like, this
because
story
it was
is
like everybody that they were the two hottest niggas in.
But
You
the
had
story
Dallas
is
who had
crazy
did it.
though, because me and him, like, we literally friends, and we go pick each other up. Go to his mom's house, work on beats with him. You know, it was tight. So
Yeah.
then,
And then I remember in the streets, everybody was like, "Man, that." See, I didn't know if it was a real beef because you know when
it
niggas.
started getting dangerous.
Wow.
It started getting dangerous, and the kids are involved, and it just started. It started getting the media hype, and it started getting just hype and ego hype along to
Yeah.
it. But it started because me and JD was, like I said, was working on stuff together, and I wanted to put him on another bad creation. And then Michael Bivins was like, I don't really like your stuff that much.
Ooh.
And you know, and JD was messing with me and K Wells, like we was all friends and stuff. So
Southside.
and then I was gonna work on Chris Cross with him, right? Well, we were working on like the first first ABC and TLC shit. No, I was working on ABC, and this girl started calling us to be and said it was Salt and Pepper, and me and JD started falling in love with these girls on the phone, talking to them every day on the phone, like.
Oh, she don't tell me y'all beefing over.
Well, no, so
Okay, go ahead.
so we falling like in love with the girls and stuff, and I literally talking to him on the phone for hours a day, me and him. Like I had Spinderella, he had Pepper. Well, one day,
Well, I gotta hear this. Go ahead, boy. I gotta hear this.
So one day the girl called us and she goes, "Yo, Jermaine said," because another black creation that popped off. So Jermaine said ABC, this, that, and the other. I don't know, y'all friends talking about y'all. I don't want to tell y'all who it is. So she started that shit with us, right? So K Wells sees Jermaine out at Club Excess or somewhere. We were
Club
Boyz II
Excess.
Men. Someone was performing. And he sees Jermaine, and he just goes to Jermaine, and he starts going up on Jermaine, "What the fuck you say about this?" And I'm like, "Yo, man, what you doing, man? It's Jermaine, man. Stop
Yeah.
this." And, you know, and so that right there started it. Jermaine turned into like the villain instead of the friend that's on your side. He went and flipped turned the villain. That's when he went and did Jump.
Yeah.
Right? And before that, he was like, there's like double things. So put together on the project we did. Then this starts happening with him. So after he does Jump, then this in ABC.
Yes.
Then
Crisscross.
that's
It
turned
was
into-
Crisscross and JD against ABC and Dallas.
Wow.
Now I remember because with those guys, it turned physical with them, right? With Crisscross and ABC,
well, no,
right?
it was physical with them. Well, so then you added illegal to the equation.
Oh,
That's when it turned
and
physical.
them and Lil Jamal. Whew.
It turned so
Yeah.
it was funny. It was all funny games and stuff, and it was starting to get heated. Like GA would go to one of the kids would be in New York, and then somebody say, "Oh, Jermaine, one of Jermaine's crew stepped to me," and I'm like, "Okay, man, he's not stepping to no kids." You know? So I remember literally like me and Jermaine about to get into it outside of a warehouse one night because I'm like, "Yo, they
Damn.
said you stepped to the kids."
Phoenix
yo.
/ warehouse.
Fuck, you know, like we were about to fight over children. And
That's
so
crazy.
then it turned into Ed Love and Dr. Dre. It kept just growing and escalating and growing. It got to the point where, if they was in the room and we was in the room, if I was in the room and he was in the room, then you know it's an issue. So that went on for a minute.
Crisscross dissing ABC. ABC
But
dissing
then Illegal
Crisscross.
came along.
And them niggas was some real
Illegal
little
came along.
badass fighting little street
They was
wild
like,
niggas.
yeah, they were like, we
You got
gonna
Malik
fuck
from
Crisscross
South
up.
Carolina. You got Jamal from Philly. And them niggas was
A
wild.
little red man and a little Tretch.
Yeah, them little niggas was
And the thing
wild.
about them was that they wrote all their rhymes and they cursed and they would curse.
Little young
like a
niggas.
storm.
You remember the group Illegal? The two?
Yes.
They were like,
Yeah.
hit a gut where you want it, hit a gut, pop, pop. So like they were on ABC side because they boys at ABC and us, so they was just determined how we're gonna shut fucking Crisscross down. We're gonna let the family have it. We're gonna let Chi Ali have it.
Damn.
Everybody. That's what I gets busy at. That's what he said, and I gets busy. Can't write your own rhymes telling Jermaine's life stories. I gets busy. So that just started. Everything just started going crazy.
Illegal.
So Crisscross.
Little kids.
But hold on, that goes on Arsenio Hall.
Who does?
JD and Crisscross, right? So you know how like rappers always sit around, like, especially back then, they gonna sit around and see if this nigga talk about me and see if they saying something slick. So Malik and Jamal came in. Yo, Dallas, you hear what he just said about us on Arsenio? Come on, man. Jermaine ain't talking about y'all on Arsenio. Crisscross just did a rap and tell you they talking about us. They talking about us. I said, man, leave that alone. No, they ain't. You know. So he goes, go play it back, and he said something ABC. They know they can't flow X Arsenio.
Yeah. I remember that.
So it was like, okay, we gonna see them. So now
Sure enough.
Jamal them coming to the studio. We want to see Jermaine. We gonna see Chris. I was like, y'all little niggas, you talking about 13? What you talking
Yeah,
about?
them some young niggas, young wild niggas.
Wild niggas. So we go to the warehouse at night, and they see, and that's me, Ed Lover, Dr. Dre, George Clinton, and then Dia Davenport for the brand new
At the warehouse.
So I take them to the warehouse for Ed Lover and Dr. Dre birthday party, right?
That
Me and
motherfucker
the
was
kids
popping.
and
Folks was upstairs.
downstairs.
It was all that
X-Men
shit was
with
all everybody.
everybody, right?
Everybody was there.
Yeah. So that
Q-Tip,
night,
Fife, everybody was in that bitch.
So that night, Jamal sees Jermaine,
And
he comes over to me and goes, "Yo, Jermaine, can I go say something about us?" Do not go fucking do that.
and
Right?
it popped off. I remember
in
that.
a club
At
for
the
one.
warehouse.
You're not supposed to be in here.
First of all, because them little niggas used to be up in the club
Be up in the
like
club.
they was grown.
13, they ended up trying to roll blunts. So you know.
Yeah.
Oh. Look up. Dude's over here. I see him. He's ran over to Jermaine. I don't know what he's saying, but I seen Dave Gates. Dave, go get him.
And
As soon as Dave goes over there, whatever Jamal said, I just see Malik come back behind and hit one of the Crisscross kids. Next thing you know, it's a fight.
it was a brawl.
So it turns into a full-on club brawl.
The whole club.
whole
And this was the
club.
warehouse back in, what was that, 95?
Yeah, the whole club. It was like.
And when I tell you everybody was in there.
And Dave had a lock on his hand, and he starts just hitting, because now we're trying to find the kids. So he's just like this, where's Malik, where's Jamal? Where's Malik, where's Jamal? Yeah, because dude's
Dave
swinging on
Gates,
him.
that's my dog.
So he's just swinging, and everybody's swinging, it's a mess. I got the kids, I'm taking these two
And
kids
everybody
out.
running outside, they done shut
They
the
got
club.
gun- they
And
got-
I was there that
They
night.
got lasers going across the thing. So I'm taking the kids.
Just Atlanta.
And
Just
X, I take
ATL.
Spin, X,
Oh, Lord.
he's on one too. Where they at? Where they at? So I take X and the kids, and I'm looking out, and I'm looking into the club from the outside, and I'm looking, I said, do you see what y'all started in there?
It was a full
I've
brawl.
never seen nothing that crazy in my life. And then
EPMP,
outside,
everybody was in there tonight. It was Atlanta hip. It was everybody was in there.
outside, my boys are out there with guns and lasers. Dallas, get in the car. We got this. No, nobody got this. These are children. So by the next day, I get calls from everybody. You can't come to New York. Your office is in New York. You gonna get it when you come up here because Ed Lover got punched in the face for Dave.
Oh, now
Gates.
everybody's beefing.
I said, I didn't know that.
Ed Lover got hit by Dave Gates on accident because Dave was just kind of in the bar fight.
Yeah, that's Dave.
He
Dave.
hit fucking Ed Lover. I'm like, oh my God, hit someone.
So now they
Now
put
I
the call
can't
in.
go
You
to
can't
New
come to New York. So, but and then in Atlanta, it was really a
It was
social
just
them
a big-
JD
so
versus.
the lawyers. I called the lawyers. I was like, yo, we gotta calm this shit down. This ain't funny because these are kids at this point.
Yeah.
And now what happens
Yeah.
is older dudes get a hold to being around the kids and being around this or that. My older guys are sitting out there with lasers and doing karate.
Turn
and
into
these
some
people-
real
Yeah.
street shit.
It
Then
turned into some real street shit, and so we had to calm this down. So this was then, right? So we calmed it down, and I got a couple of friends of mine to calm some shit down. And then, so fast forward, and we still got this beef going on, me and Jermaine, and
for years, right?
it's going on for years, right?
When did y'all squash this shit, man? Cause y'all two creative ass niggas.
Check
man.
this shit
Man,
out.
Y'all, come on,
that's my
man.
boy. I love the nigga.
Yeah, I'm
you know?
gonna say I know y'all cool.
And
That,
we went to so what happened is I saw Salt and Pepper, the real ones, one day.
that's really it. All goes.
It
all
goes
circles
back to them
back
chicks.
down
to them chicks.
All right, it goes
to
back
them
to these
chicks.
chicks. JD will tell you the same story.
Damn.
So I saw Salt and Pepper one day. I go, yo, because I went to New York, I went to New Jersey to meet Spinderella at the skating rink. They never showed up. There was just something, yeah, we saw you. You left before you got there, but you had on a red shirt. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know, this fella came in
The
here,
lame
New York,
shit is this,
you
yeah.
know, this Salt and Pepper ain't here. You know.
Y'all got catfish.
This was before catfish existed. It was catfish like a month. So I see them and they go, no, but you know what? Somebody's been doing that. You're not the first one they did that to. And I'm like,
Wow.
oh my God, that was never y'all, was it? This is like, no, we've never talked to you, Jermaine, on the phone for.
So
I said,
y'all got
for months.
So you and JD,
Got catfish.
Dallas Austin and Jermaine Dupri
Got catfished.
catfished
fucking year.
and wind up beefing.
And we go to
God,
Over being catfished.
dog.
I never say. I knew we had some event for Atlanta for the mayor or something. We were all at one day, and me and him was standing in the buffet line. And I said, "Yo, man, I talked to Salt and Pepper." He said, "Yeah, me too." I said, "Did you find out that wasn't really them?" He said, "Yeah, man, I found out that we got bamboozled."
So two of the most creative niggas in the history of music, the damn they came to blows because they thought they was hollering at Salt and
Pepper. I was in love with
Catfish.
Cinderella on that phone too, bro. I was
Ain't
just
that some
like
shit?
the kind of thing where I'm working on records. Me and him working on.
Have you told this story before, man?
Told it to him, kind of like we know, like we like.
StoryTime with legendary Jerry, you done heard it. Dallas Austin and fucking Jermaine Dupri then fuck around and get catfished.
Fuck around and got catfish.
By Salt and Pepper.
By Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper, bro. And then for the longest, man, we cause like I said, me, JD, Rico, Wade, like the ones who were like here in high school, like you know, we're Jelly Bean, we're skating rink, we're like God Be Road, we're like, you know, he was doing Silk Times Leather, I was doing Joyce Irby, and like we the ones that was the crew, and then the face did come in. The first thing they did was what we call the Art of War, because we noticed it was like, damn, we're doing all of the face records, like every record is done by us. Every artist. Was like,
TLC, everybody.
Everybody was done by us, the three of us.
Damn.
So
Organized had, of course, Outkast, Goody Mob. Between
Yep.
TLC, that was you, JD, and Rico. Damn. Usher. Damn. Pink. Damn, Pink.
So we was the real hit squad for the face.
Yeah, for real.
And it all goes back to what Clive Davis, what you said Clive said.
Davis in the first place.
And all
Yeah.
the producers. And
Yeah.
and then you didn't know that L.A. Reid was with L.A. Reid. Do you look back on that as like, he's a very smart, shrewd guy. Do you think that the way he maneuvered that, do you look back at it like, damn?
No, I mean, I think what he was doing is trying to get the best out of us. Because he was concerned with making, at that point, he knew the little Art of War because he had been in the buildings with Clive and them. And
He had been, yeah.
I was
Y'all were just young.
about Atlanta, we just don't,
yeah, y'all were young.
you know, about Atlanta, we just ain't got the energy for all of it. So we just be like on some, we love you, we don't, we don't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But we wasn't used to what infrastructure was from out of town, and we wasn't used to bringing that energy. When that energy started coming from LA and New York, and everybody started having labels, and everybody started doing it. You know, everybody had labels. The Countess had labels.
Yeah.
Everybody had labels. So it was like when oil struck down here, and everybody wanted a part of it. And along with that comes all this other stuff that started to happen. But the strongest unit was us at the face with me and Jermaine and Organized doing the records for LA. And then we just realized one day, damn, we ain't never did no records for each other.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn.
And I called a meeting one day with them because the stuff just kind of got like
With who? Jermaine
and Rico, and I said, man, that thing's way out of whack. How we gonna be the same niggas that are sitting here dreaming this shit and sitting here wanting it and you know, everything else and for it? Now we done made it and we don't even fuck with each other.
Ain't that some shit though?
I'm like, that shit's crazy. So I called a meeting with them one day. So y'all,
How long
we
ago
had
was
to-
this? Couple
That
years
was right
ago?
before. No, that was right before. For Jermaine did first night.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Cause in that meeting I was like, you don't do nothing on Monica. I ain't did nothing on your acts. We ain't did, you know. You should be working
So
with each
that
other.
was years ago then.
Yeah, we got to call some kind of truce, man. And the
Yeah.
one thing that came out of that meeting was, well, shit, they said you didn't like my music.
Damn.
They said you didn't like my music either. They said you like my music either. Well, they told me you didn't fuck with me. They said you fuck with me. So I think, you know,
So hold on. L.A. Reid had told each of y'all.
because at a certain point, what he was doing was like, he was trying to get whatever he was most concerned about what the best single would be. So whatever came in fresh, he would look at the reactions to everybody else.
He just wanted to breed the competition.
And
You think
then-
it was?
Yeah, well,
then-
because if you tell somebody, that's
He play a record
mental
like
game,
he'll play like Creep or something, and if Jermaine was like, "What's alright?" Then he'll go, "Oh, what you got?" Then
Oh,
he'll play
JD
Jermaine's
don't
record,
like Creep.
and then he's like, "Oh, I like Kick Your Game. Yeah, that's gonna be the single." So now he's on JD. So he'll come to me and say, "Well,
But that
I'm
waterfall,
gonna change
you
your
see,
single."
hey, Dallas, what you think about this waterfall? You like, oh, it's a, see, man, it,
Yeah. So, but for all of us though, I understood it once because he gave us the books out of the war, all three of us.
yeah.
So I understood it from him trying to get the best out of all
But to
of us.
really, yeah, that's.
But it was on a thing where we knew that we were the committee for each other's things.
Right.
So it would be like, well, Jermaine said your record ain't just like that. I don't know if that's the one or this ain't the one. That ain't the one. And so for him, he still had the best. He was trying to get the better of the best, you know, in that same sense.
Right.
For us, we just didn't recognize it because it didn't register from the office. It registered out here to us like, that nigga's gonna fuck with me. You know, oh, that nigga gonna fuck with me, you know. But we all like.
So, but
Y'all good
now,
now?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was like, that's been years ago. We all now was saying, you know, we've done so much stuff around here, and you know, it's the South, so you still be like, yo, JD, you alright over there? And then each other been saying it's friends.
Yeah. That's some shit.
So we, you know, we've been. I think me and him was the ones I can say has been the pioneers the most.
Yes.
As
Oh,
making
yeah.
Yes,
for everybody
definitely.
else.
That was
He's
awesome,
trying to make
Jermaine
it.
Dupri. Even though y'all damn near had to come to blows
We had to
over
come to
being
blows
catfish.
over some girls that we thought we fell in love with.
So what artists that whether out of Atlanta or wherever, I mean, of course, Rowdy didn't have the run as some other labels, but that you had the opportunity to slip through the cracks. If you name one that you know that came through that you had the opportunity to sign, that slipped through the cracks and blew up, who would it be? Who was that artist that you was like, shit?
Producer
I
wise,
should've
would probably been Pharrell.
Wow.
But what the thing was is that Dark, I didn't know who was in there because it became at one
So
point.
Pharrell wanted to fuck with you.
Because Pharrell came in and told me one day, he said, man, he's working at Dark one day, and I was up there in the lounge, and he goes, do you know how long I was in Studio D over there waiting for you to hear my music? And I was like, when? He's like, I was giving it to Tim and Bob. He said, Tim and Bob would be like, we'll play it for you, not if we play ours, because we're trying to get our shit on too.
Wow.
And I was like, you stayed in the Studio D that long? He said, man, I was in there like just making them tracks, giving them to Tim and Bob, giving them to Tim and Bob. But the thing was, it was so many people at one point
Interesting.
that would be in and out of there because it became like a lab center for people. So it was 112, it was his development center. It was like, you know, whoever had an artist that, before Sierra was by herself, she was in there with being in a 3-member singing group. You know, so everybody had a producer, had an artist, had a, so it was more like a development center in a sense.
When I tell you, everybody at his studio at Dark,
And the only other one,
everybody that came to Atlanta at one
Everybody
point
came.
recorded it.
artist-wise is Bieber.
You had an opportunity.
Sylvia was
So-
like, Sylvia was like, so I thought when Justin first came
You had
here,
to sign. You had a chance to sign Justin Bieber and didn't do it.
yeah, no, he was living with me.
This was
And,
before. This well, he was with Scooter then, right?
He was a Scooter, but my son and his son was the same age, and so
Okay.
Justin would come to stay with me, so he could be around another kid too, and so he used to be at the house just with Cypress all the time. So I went to Sylvia and was like, yo, I want to sign this kid, because I knew how good he was. We were like, he stayed with me, so he'll play keys, I'll play drums. I'll play drums, he'll play keys. He'll play this, I'll play that. And she was like, oh, Dallas Kid's on there right now. Like, you already did that with Sammy, you already did that with, I'm like,
Whew. Boy, this industry is a motherfucker.
kids ain't in, so ended up doing backwards. Like,
So you listened. You was like, well, she not gonna get
well,
me.
it was just, it was the kind of thing where I was going to bump my head against another fight with Sylvia about
Yeah.
something that was, you know, and I wasn't
And
trying
this
to
is
hold the kid
Sylvia
up for
Rome,
this.
who is
Yeah.
now at Epic.
Yeah. And I wasn't trying to like, I knew what, if that wasn't the tone that she was looking for at the time, it's just a battle between us at that point that we didn't need. So I was like, well, let's find something that does, work. So that was the one artist that.
So Pharrell and Pharrell and Bieber, you had the opportunity to sign both of them. They could have. Ain't that a motherfucker?
But Pharrell, from a producer standpoint, I don't even know if there was many artists then. I think him and Chad was on Neptune more.
Yeah.
But it's nobody, man, that really hadn't been. Darp has been just like a staple for like everything that came through.
I'll tell you, everybody at one point or another that came through Atlanta, whether you from the A or whatever, the big time artists, they recorded at your spot.
Recorded there, man. And then at one point it would be, you know, the lobby was George Clinton hosting these like forums in my lobby, bro. And it would be me, Busta Rhymes, Diamond D, Too
Diamond D.
Diamond D.
Goody Mob, and he would basically tell us about Behold the Pale Horse. He would tell us about like these check cards before they were coming out.
Damn.
Everything he told us came true. And we were just like, first we used to be like, like, one of the things is like,
he high.
that's where they got cell therapy from. They got
George Clinton
from
at
us
your
sitting
studio.
in the studio, and he
Goody
would give
Mob was
us,
sitting there listening to George Clinton talk.
all of us were. And he would give us the Behold the Pale Horse book and New World Order books. And so the New World Order book was all that, you know,
Yeah.
that's all cell therapy is all out of us studying that stuff. And it was just be a crazy group of like, I don't even know how the groups, because I had Busta signed with Flip Mode to Rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he created Flip Mode was there. And then other than that, you had Eric Sermon who came in too, and Diamond D who was with me too at the time. So then you had George
You
Clinton
had-
got to the
Woo,
mix. And they were doing the
everybody.
illegal records.
Everybody.
Came through.
Yeah, it was like our
Insane.
stable was just crazy, man.
Just the vibe when you walked up in there, the creative flow was crazy. I mean, because who was the first black person? Who before you? Who? They can't. I'm trying to. Sound you said who?
Bobby, no.
Who owned the studio? Like you were the first.
But Bobby had Boss Town.
Yeah, I forget. Bobby Brown had Boston.
He was the
But
only
then
one
that
that
was-
had it. And then we was working on another bad creation in Boss Town. I was doing Playground. And Bobby came in and told Michael Billings we had to get out because he didn't want nobody to hear his stuff. And the kids had to work and they had to be out before 4,
Yeah,
before late.
yeah.
And he's like, Bob said, we got to get out the studio, man. Fuck, man. And I got myself on. Rick has a video of me back then going, man, that's all right. We'll get big. I'm about a studio up the street.
And that's what you did.
That's what I did.
So as far as everything
you
from
talked about, it became
studio, clothing
From when he
line,
was
label, just I mean, yeah. This
unreal.
and I'm gonna say it again. It's like I'm being culture wise, we're putting Atlanta on the map and put it on the track to really create this whole movement. Listen to, what
Yeah.
he's been saying, like everything.
I
It's-
mean, from creativity to
It's so funny when you see people make it that's been here too, because you'll be like, okay, now not you too. You was that phase for a minute, because everybody, you'll see acts come to you in 1 week, they'll be like Afrocentric. Then the next,
Yeah.
that ain't work. Okay, we'll come back to like R. Kelly. That ain't work. Okay, we'll come back to like Nirvana. You're like, okay, well they're getting it now. They're getting it. You have to turn yourself into more than just the music here.
So what do you think about everything that's going on in the industry now with the artists? Because I feel it's lacking creativity, not
Yeah,
what it was. So I mean, how do you compare that to what you've seen everything. So
I always put it down to user generated content. Before user generated content, which meant that now you can make it on your Mac, distribute it on your Mac. All the
Right.
stuff that you would need somebody else to do, you can do it yourself. Right?
Yeah.
So the filter used to be that we had to sign you for $300,000 or $400,000. You better be good, and we ain't got no way to tell if you're good or not, except for our own instincts and our ears.
Yeah.
And if you're a good ass singer, we can connect you to the records and music, but you got to be good. You can't
Right.
be singing no bad ass shit because we got to invest in you. That is what kept the filter to everything being great. So you never heard no records with shit, man. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like that was, it got to the point where that was ridiculous. To the point where he's like, okay, how much can we sound like we not try to do anything great, right? And I always tell dudes these days, man, the kids they need to put out more records. No, the fuck they don't. You need to put out better records. You need to want to be good. Go want to be great.
Quality.
Stop settling for like I
Quality.
just want to go turn on Fruity Loops and move my section over here, man. Don't settle for that because you just can do it. You should do more than that. You should try to make more out of yourself. You try to be better at doing production. Because right now, you're gonna turn yourself into 1 milligram of 1,000 motherfuckers that's standing there. Like you ain't even in the line because the line is so long of everybody that can do what you're doing that it just and if you do pop off, then you pop off with a thing here and there. But it's about how much time you spend in cultivating your art for real, so you can make yourself something special. I think a lot of us had the chance to do that.
Yeah.
A lot of us had a chance to pull from things that was great.
yeah,
Once you learn how to pull from things, you always do that, and that's what information is for yourself. You always gotta admire shit. Like you always gotta pull and admire. Like we didn't mind pulling from. Like we like, oh, shit. Hank Shockley doing this. Well, give us some of those drums.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre do it. Give us some of this shit.
Yeah.
We gonna stir it around in Atlanta.
Eric Sermon doing this.
Give us some of that shit. We gonna make it out of it. And you can't be afraid to if Levi's making fucking skinny jeans, and if Gucci gotta make them, Prada gotta make them, then everybody,
Yeah.
You gotta, and I think that in Atlanta, you've had a chance to constantly reinvent yourself if you want to, because it's a start-off place. Where you go to LA, you go in a writing session, anything out there, you're just writing with a bunch of other people, writing a song like one that's out.
right.
How can I make another song like Katy Perry? How can I make another song that goes do 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 do? Here, you're gonna come in and you're gonna find some shit you never thought could exist.
Atlanta
from
is
here,
definitely a whole
if
different
you
type
look at how
of vibe.
It is.
the spirit
Yeah, it
over
is.
here, like a record like Hey Ya, where the fuck
Come
did that
on,
come
man.
from?
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like where do you even think of Rosa Parks from? Where do you even think of these records? Where do you think of
Atlanta,
Crazy
let me tell
from?
you,
Where do you
yeah.
think- so all these things that we've been able to do around here, even What About Your Friends, or even like the records that Jermaine make on Mariah, different from the records that they do on with him and Jay-Z, or like
Creatively, we
just how we feel
yeah,
here.
we got
we be all on it. Like,
Yeah.
I think for Atlanta, it only hit this block right here. The user generated block is like when everything got stuck.
Yeah.
Those niggas got lazy. User generated kids.
What you
were lazy
listening to
as
right
fuck.
now?
Derez, like Derez and Sean.
Okay.
I'm working with him actually. Just finished working with him.
Okay.
I just finished working with Cody Shane. I'm actually now digging around. I came because I spent so much time in Europe last year. That I was like, all right, I'm going to Atlanta now, and for the next 2 years I'm doing all Atlanta records, but all Atlanta needed records. I was like,
Yeah.
when me and Paul started talking, I was like, the difference is when you want to incorporate the difference. Like when you sit around and you keep going to the same shit, then you're not incorporating the difference. But if you listen to records that
It's
Polo has done
no
out of here,
open for
right?
growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you need to
Polo.
listen to Polo records, you'll be like, it's Atlanta, but like, you loosen up my buttons or some of that shit. You're like, what the fuck this shit come from? You know, this
Growth, man, and you're able to, like you say, you pick
You
from
want to
there,
be better, man. You always
Yeah.
want to be better. Like, and he'll pull from like, man, he's around Timberland for a minute, then he's around this for a minute, he's around that, and you start getting amalgamation of Polo now with fucking country artists and shit. That he's adding this and that. It's like that's what you want to keep inspiring to do right here, because they'll get
Damn
stuck right in
right.
that Fruity Loops right there.
But that's where I think it is right now. I think it's kind of stuck. That, like you said, they're not pulling from any. I feel like all these, even the rap records that I'm listening to, it's like the same.
Yeah, we have
repetitive.
to come up with a new name for some of this shit.
Yeah.
So
What
I mean,
artists
it's-
from Atlanta right now, you out of all the new shit, what, if any, what one do you like? You know,
You know why I sound like the Reds is because, for one, you thought it was the other shit. Like when I was listening to Hardaway at first, you're like, okay, is this another record like Quan? This is another record of Hardaway. But then you start listening to his words to it. So okay, he's telling a story in here. The struggle is in here. I get it. Okay, I get it. Then I start working with listening to it, where he's trying to head and who he wants to be. And he's like, I'm not one of these lows. I don't want to be no little nobody. I'm trying to be this. I'm trying to be inspiring. I'm trying to let them know that it's hard out here. That shit ain't great. Niggas ain't got it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, I get it now. And so I see now that also the trend of that is kind of what's coming back in at this point. It ain't about like they just look at my diamonds, look at my this and my that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm struggling, nigga. I had to go the hard way, and I ain't had no. I'm sitting in potato chips, nigga. And, I'm eating Ruffles over here, like.
you fuck with that nigga hard.
I
I
fuck with
you
him.
mentioned him a couple of times.
I fuck with him, and I fuck with that new movement of that. So to me, it went from like, so you had crunk music, we know what that was.
Yeah.
And, you know, by the time you got to I Ain't Never Scared, and they was just frantic and pulling shit out, being crazy, and it's like, cut that shit out, let's start. Niggas getting shot up and getting crazy, so let's do the Laffy Taffy, niggas. Let's start dancing and have
Forgot
fun.
about Atlanta. We didn't have some moving.
Let's snap dance. Everybody get happy. Stop that dog shit.
Yeah.
So they just switch, and then everything
Yeah.
will go there, and everybody meet me at the clubs, going
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
And you at the mall.
Yeah, you know,
Now we
every stage.
See? And so then it goes from that, and then
To trap, you got a trap street boy, the street D boy
and then you
shit.
got the R&B wannabe singing that went crazy here for a minute, just like then niggas start being different. Well, if you can do that, then I'm gonna put on a dress, nigga, and I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna go pick up some of this shit. So Thug and I'm gonna go say, hey, man, we're gonna pick up where Outkast some kind of left off. At least we're gonna push the limits on some shit.
Yeah.
Make them motherfuckers talk about something, because that's what the impact was. Make them talk about something. So you start to see that going with Thug, and he started to mix up some shit, bring out some acoustics, and so then you start to see the creativity try to seep in through that. And now you're starting to see like if you listen to a lot of the records the kids mess with now, they're struggle records. And I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
damn, struggle records is in right now. They just like,
Talk about how they came up.
I'm trying to come up. I came up. I learned it hard. I was like, all this shit is coming in now like this. I'm like, okay, the spirit is coming in. I was messing with the Assertive Baptist out of Chicago, and like when you're starting to hear these records, I'm seeing a movement in different people I'm messing with as far as what they're saying. Different artists I'm working with around here, they all got this thing in common. It's all in that struggle somewhere. Instead of being on the other side of it. Now, I was saying the other day, I said, I find this interesting that the artists I'm looking at around here right now is like coming from that standpoint, because it's always hoping it also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think we done hit the ceiling of.
You damn right we have.
I don't know how many more fucking watches.
And musically,
Yeah.
a lot of these little young niggas weren't even born when you was working with you was pushing the needle on there. You jumping from alternative to hip hop to R&B.
Still
and
doing
these,
it, right?
yeah, I was gonna say, and
Still
still
doing it.
doing it. Speaking of still doing it, what
Still.
before we get out of here, what musically, whatever, what's going on with you now, man?
I'm just on the.
I know you was a music executive, man. I mean, you've been an executive, but I'm just saying.
I did that thing for a minute, and then, but now I'm back. I'm just in Atlanta. I got my office set up. A Rowdy set up down in Georgia State.
So Rowdy is back.
Back, man. Now it's a media company,
Okay.
which is why me and Suzanne are partners.
Okay.
So we offered so what we did was, not only do we have artists that we signed, I did a deal at Georgia State where my office is there in the new media center.
Okay.
I use the students as my staff.
Oh, cool.
And these students now get credited work the stuff that they're working on for real.
That's
so,
That's
dope
what's
ass
up.
shit.
I
That's
can tell,
dope,
man.
man.
Yeah, that's
dope.
cool.
So you're in school, you're in college, so you know, like, why you working on a fake
Yeah.
marketing plan in this class? So you
Shit,
can be
we
working
get
on a real
real
marketing
one.
plan in
Right.
this class.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've taken that into there. I partner with Suzanne, and what she does is like, what we do for, we kind of taking a label outside the label for people now.
Okay.
So I'll take somebody that, I've seen so many dudes, man, just throw their money away out here. And I'm telling y'all
Shit.
now, it's a method to the madness. Don't
You
be just throwing
damn
your
right.
shit away. You ain't calling the right people. You ain't doing. You can't just
You
throw a
call
song
the right
on the internet.
people.
They think put a song up on the internet, this gonna go crazy.
They
Don't work
most
this
of
way.
that shit.
And it used to be that if you were inside the label gonna call all the indies. That's what they're gonna do. You just don't
You
know
know,
how
I
to get
know
to the
that.
indies. You know that. Everybody else don't know how to get to the indies, and if they do, they don't know how to
Yeah,
stay
they don't-
sustainable with it. They think, okay,
Yeah,
if I
they
get a
just-
record, I'll pop you off right now and here. But what you gonna do for the next 9 months, bro? You got to keep this thing going every month. And so what we did
They
was
think
like,
the internet is just cold.
nah,
They think that's just the. They
we
end
take the
up-
service outside of that now. The guys who's like, okay, man, So how your boys?
So you
come
ain't
up out
signing
the
artists
streets
no
here.
more.
Yeah,
You
we
ain't-
sign artists.
Oh, so it's artists under the
So we
the
have-
new
so
one. The
We have
new
artists that
route.
we sign under the new Rowdy, right? And then that's what we do for our artists internally. And then what we do externally is say, hey, Jerry, you got your rap record? He said, yeah. He said, okay, well, what are you trying to do with this? You trying to, that's our service. We take the service that we used to
Okay.
do inside the label and take it out to dudes who's like trying to get their stuff on. So I had my man Waniac. Where
Yeah.
he come up, he's at my house one day. I said, oh, I like that music. What you doing with that? Man, I keep getting stuck, bro. Every time I do a song, I don't know how to get it through. I know how to get it done.
Yeah.
I got the money. I just don't know what to do, how to get it through. So if your stuff ain't coded right, if your stuff ain't SEO
So
coded
from the
right,
digital aspect,
we do digital marketing.
you right there, one stop shop.
We do digital
You come
marketing.
right
We
around
do we do all your
And
banners.
who you
all
doing
that.
tracks for? Not to cut you off, Deb. I mean, come on, man.
Oh man, I work.
Who you working with now, man?
So working on. Who I really like right now is Cody Shane. I just finished.
You
working
just
on
did
this
it.
weekend.
You did Cody Shane.
I
Shit,
did,
who else?
I did Derez. I just finished him. Then
Okay.
now I'm about to work on Alicia Keys.
Oh shit! He's still Dallas.
I did the,
Still Dallas
I
Austin.
did the.
You gotta. You come to
Chris
him. You go.
Brown, the Chris Brown Remember My record.
Yes.
The Pretty Brown Eyes record that's out. I just did that one.
Okay.
Damn. Got clubs over in London and shit.
Right.
So
right.
as you see, we could be here all night, man. This dude right here is the first black rock star I done seen in Atlanta. Like I said, I'm gonna say it.
Just
I
a
said,
pool of knowledge
I said at the
and
beginning.
information.
I wouldn't have met no George Clinton, Madonna, and we didn't go get into the cars. This dude was. I was like, shit, man. Legally, I'm like, this nigga right here. I'm telling you, he driving around the A and shit. This we talking about early
I
'90s.
used to tell y'all. I tell everybody, the music. It wasn't about the music dudes. It was about the dope boys. No, it wasn't dope boys then. It was drug dealers.
Yeah,
and athletes.
exactly.
These dudes
Hey.
sophisticated. It was athletes and drug dealers. If you ever went to
But
Club
Dallas
21,
was driving around in this shit legally.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, and we talking about early '90s, so that tell you how long
Right,
he been
right.
he
Yeah,
been doing
man.
this shit. So we go, like I say, we can be here all fucking night. This is my brother Dallas Austin, man.
We'll have to have him come
Do-
back.
Yeah,
for part two.
you gotta do your research on this dude, man. This dude, when you think of it, when you hear about Atlanta and what Atlanta has done,
Foundation.
outside of him and JD being,
Catfish.
but anyway, of course, every
Watch out for women
episode,
messing you up.
yeah, every episode I dedicate to two people. My brother, may he rest in peace, Shakir Stewart, and my
Yep.
father, Thomas Clark, may he rest in peace. I am legendary Jerry,
Jamie Page.
Dallas
Mr.
Austin.
Dallas Austin. What's your Instagram handles, Dallas?
Dallas Austin's. Hit me on Instagram, man.
That's all is Dallas Austin?
Yeah.
Dallas
Instagram,
Austin,
Twitter, are you on
Instagram, Twitter,
Twitter?
all that
Twitter,
shit.
Instagram,
All that, yeah.
Dallas Austin's.
Do
Dallas
you do your own
Austin's.
page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all
I do
hear
my
me?
page.
go.
I do pages for everybody now.
Oh,
There you go.
go.
And I am on this is Legendary Jerry Podcast. I am Big Jerry Clark. Jamie, give me your
At
Instagram.
Miss Jamie Page.
And we are signing off for this week's episode of Storytime with Legendary Jerry. Dallas Austin,
Yeah.
we out.
We're out.